Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on the time zone you are in. Thank you for joining us. My name is Sundar Raghavan. Today in the Transforming Service Organizations with Generative AI, you're going to hear about multiple use cases that are powered by Generative AI. Joining me on stage is Michael Chow, Aishwarya Raghunath, and Hector. Let's get the show rolling. The spectrum of service workloads range from customers getting self-service for their inquiries to agents getting assisted with generative AI, as well as field service. Today, in the first part of the conversation, we're going to talk a little bit about self-service for your customers, as well as your agents getting assisted service. Microsoft provides a generative AI-infused customer service solution that starts with omnichannel, where your customers can say hello to you and have their questions answered in the channel of their choice. That is fronted with virtual agents, digital chatbots, and IVRs that allows your customers to get the answers quickly. Should an escalation be required, unified routing kicks in and allows the customer to be connected with the right agent with the right skill. Agent is equipped with an intelligent desktop that is powered with generative AI. Along the way, your service operators and managers can get complete real-time insights, as well as your knowledge authors getting signals on what need to be done in order to improve your corporate knowledge. Throughout this experience, we have infused generative AI in every step of the way so that your agents and your customers are very productive. All our generative AI is grounded in your corporate data. There are many benefits to this solution. Copilot in Dynamics 365 Customer Service. The top four are your customers and your agents can ask questions in natural language and get it answered quickly. Your agents can write an email that is contextual, personalized. Your Copilot can summarize the cases and conversations so that the agents, when they transfer the case over to someone else, can maintain that continuity. Finally, your service leaders are equipped with Copilot analytics that helps them improve the call quality and the service operations. To show all of this, let's roll the demo video.
Copilot in Microsoft Dynamics 365 Customer Service transforms the agent experience using generative AI. Enrico is a customer service agent at Contoso. He notices an email from Claudia, a customer that has purchased the Smart Brew coffee machine. To get him up to speed, Copilot has summarized the case based on the case details and timeline activities, like emails, conversations, and notes. So Enrico doesn't have to read through the whole case. Usually, responding to this kind of complex issue would take Enrico several minutes of searching through multiple knowledge articles, finding relevant sections, and then writing up a response to the customer. Today, he is using Copilot, which leverages Contoso's knowledge sources and helps him draft the perfect reply with just one click using generative AI. With Copilot, Enrico doesn't have to spend time searching or typing. He can even provide custom prompts for the most complex cases. He reviews the response. The draft looks great. He copies it over and sends it out, feeling confident that his customer is receiving the prompt, friendly service they deserve. As a customer service agent for Contoso, Enrico engages with customers across channels. He sees an incoming call from Claudia, Contoso's customer, who has been engaging with a chatbot on Contoso's portal. Copilot has already summarized the conversation between Claudia and the bot, so Enrico can get a jump start on the conversation without having to read through the whole transcript. Rather than searching on his own, he turns to Copilot for help, which uses generative AI to surface the latest information that is typically found across Contoso's vast set of internal documents. Copilot only uses knowledge articles that have been filtered by Contoso as specific to the business unit. He can also check the source to verify or make any edits to the response if needed. Satisfied, he decides to respond to the customer. Even as a new support agent, Enrico feels empowered with the knowledge of his entire organization to resolve issues quickly. Renee, Contoso's manager, gets a dashboard view of analytics that includes Copilot-related insights. It shows the number of daily active users, the number of responses generated by Copilot, and percentage of responses actually used by the agents and their aggregated ratings on the quality of the responses. She can also get an insight on Copilot's impact to the business by comparing the average handling, case resolution, and email response times when Copilot is and isn't used. Setting up Copilot is also made easy via the admin tools that provide an intuitive user interface. Copilot in Microsoft Dynamics 365 Customer Service personalizes customer experience across channels, makes the agent's work effortless, and optimizes Surface operations to run the business fast and lean.
That's awesome. So what you saw there is available in production today. Not only tens of customers test driving it, thousands of agents using it, we are taking Microsoft's vast support organization and completely transforming it with Copilot-driven experiences. As you can see, we have operations with 1 billion plus consumers, 145 million contacts, close to 75 million or so annual calls, and 60 million plus email experiences. All of that powers a variety of businesses that we have, from devices to cloud computing to consumer software. That entire support experience is transformed with Dynamics 365 Customer Service. Over the last few years, we have been on a journey to go through that transformation. We started with 16 different systems. We consolidated them down to one system, unified it across the board. We integrated Teams for collaboration. We added chatbots and Copilot experiences. As you can see, as we go through the transformation, the results have been phenomenal. We have seen 32% increase in self-help. We have seen 20% in reduction in missed routes. And most importantly, we have seen a significant increase in our customer satisfaction. That's just the beginning. With the addition of Copilot in Dynamics 365 Customer Service, we are starting to see real, tangible productivity benefits. Agents are able to handle up to 9 to 12% in terms of handling more customers with less time. Decrease in average handling time is somewhere between 12 to 16%. And more importantly, every agent is able to perform their function without needing an expert assistance. We have taken all of that experience and make it available for any contact center. We're announcing today, as you saw in Satya's keynote, as well as in this session, Microsoft Copilot for Service. With this technology, you will be able to transform any contact center without costly rip and replace, and immediately get the generative AI productivity benefits for your organizations. To show that, let me invite Michael Chow.
Thank you, Sundar. Like what Sundar just said, Microsoft Copilot for Service is all about bringing the power of Microsoft Copilot into your existing contact center, boosting your agent's productivity in third-party agent consoles like the one that we're showing you right now. Over here in this live demo, we can see a customer has reached out asking the agent why their coffee machine is not working. Now, normally, a human agent will need to search across vast knowledge sources in different software services to find the right information for their customer. But today, we see that there's an agent Copilot embedded right inside of this agent console. So instead, we can go ahead and ask the Copilot directly, and the Copilot will provide real-time, concise, and succinct responses to help the human agent. And we see it right here. In just a few seconds, as a human agent, I can be confident with the information provided to me from the Copilot, saving the human agent tremendous amount of time and ultimately increasing the customer satisfaction of your contact center. Now, this is quite amazing, but what I really am excited to show you today is that normally, to build a Copilot like this would take a team of developers, long development cycle to make it happen. But today on stage, we're going to build it together here in just a few minutes live using Microsoft Copilot for Service. Coming to the new Microsoft Copilot for Service application. Over the last few months, our team has been busy at work to create a new optimized onboarding flow to help you easily create Copilots that connect to your existing contact center knowledge. We can see on the screen here, we have pre-built interoperability with mainstream contact center knowledge base providers. And in this demo today, I'm going to go ahead and connect to ServiceNow. And the reason for that is because I have set up a ServiceNow instance that has all the coffee machine troubleshooting guiding it. So coming back to Copilot for Service, by pointing the Copilot to it, I will be able to have a Copilot use the ServiceNow knowledge to generate real-time responses out of the box. Now, normally this creation would take a few minutes. So in the interest of time, I'm going to skip through to a Copilot I pre-created for this demo. All right. Once your Copilot is created, you will land in a home page like this. And from the content sources management page over here, we can see all the content sources that this Copilot has access to generate real-time responses. And as we can see here on the screen, it is connected to ServiceNow instance like we just did a few moments ago. So let's see what this bad boy can do out of the box. Over here, I'm going to go ahead and ask the Copilot about coffee machine troubleshooting. And what's happening here is the Copilot is going to search my ServiceNow instance to get the knowledge and then summarize it in a succinct and concise way. And here we see it, out of the box. All I have done at this point is simply point Copilot to my ServiceNow instance. It's already instantly able to provide real-time insights to my human agents. Thank you. If you guys clap so early, you'll be more excited really soon. So to be a little more adventurous here, I'm going to go ahead and ask the Copilot about return and exchange. And as we saw earlier, this is not available in my ServiceNow instance. So here we see Copilot tells me that it doesn't know what to do with it. I want to emphasize that this is by design. Because at Microsoft, we run on trust, and we make sure every real responses you get from your Copilot is grounded by your contact center knowledge. The good news is, using the interface of Copilot for Service, you can easily add additional knowledge base providers, put in your business websites, SharePoint sites, or upload files to increase the knowledge sources of your Copilot. Now for this demo today, I have built a web page that provides the return exchange policy for my business. So what I'm going to do now is go back to Copilot for Service, and I'm going to add that URL as a knowledge source to it. After saving here, the next time when we ask the Copilot, it will be able to use that as a knowledge source. Let's try again. Now when asked about whether a customer is eligible for return exchange, in addition to searching the ServiceNow instance we did earlier, it's also using the website here. And we can see that now the Copilot is able to tell me that the customer is eligible for return exchange as long as it's made within 30 days of purchase. We can see from the citation UI here clearly indicating to me that this came from the website we just added. All right. Now the next thing I'm going to show is really going to blow our mind a little bit. As a human agent, I know the customer is eligible, but I want to know how to really help the customer to proceed with it. So over here, I'm going to go ahead and ask a follow-up question to the Copilot. Because Copilot for Service is multi-turn contextual aware, it is going to be able to know that I was asking about return exchange earlier and generate a detailed step-by-step guide here to guide me through that. Completely blow your traditional single-turn FAQ bot out of the water. I was hoping for some claps. OK. So just to quickly recap, in just the last few minutes, we've shown you how we can build a full-fledged agent Copilot like this that uses your existing contact center knowledge to put these real-time response insights at the hand of your human agents. But we're not stopping here. We're going to push the envelope a little bit further today. I want to show you another scenario where I would like the Copilot to help the human agent to track online order status for the customer. Now the Copilot here, once again, is going to provide real-time responses using the knowledge I have. However, in this case, instead of having the human agent to take a round trip from the online tracking tool, I have a backend API that I would like the Copilot to directly provide status to my human agent. I'm really excited to tell you that you can easily do that, because from the left net here, we can see your Copilot for Service can be easily extended with Microsoft Copilot Studio. When we go to the Microsoft Copilot Studio experience, now I have the full conversational AI authoring experience to allow me to add custom dialogue to automate workflows for my human agents. And for this demo, I've already gone ahead and pre-built a topic to save us some time. It's a very simple custom dialogue that collects the customer's email address, calls the backend API, and provides a status back to the human agent. Now let's give this thing a try. Now when asked about check order status, the Copilot instead will now trigger this custom dialogue we just built. And we see here that by taking the email address It is calling my backend API to get a status back. There we go. We see immediately that the Copilot now is able to provide status. Oh. Thank you. And so this really makes a Copilot even more powerful, because now we have a Copilot, in addition to provide real-time responses, it can provide powerful actions to boost your agent productivity even further. And remember, guys, we are using Copilot Studio to extend Copilot for Service. So if the human agent asks the Copilot a question that we do not have custom dialogue in Copilot Studio, once again, we will see the Copilot have the same behavior that we shown earlier, which is going to show me the real-time responses from my contact center knowledge, truly providing a no-cliff agent assist experience for your human agents. All right, now that we have this Copilot built, the last thing to do is to deploy it. Because we're an end-to-end SaaS platform, you can easily deploy the Copilot you built to your agent's fingertips by adding them to your websites, putting in Microsoft Teams, or embed them in your existing agent console, including the third-party ones like the one we showed in the earlier demo today. We're super, super excited about Copilot for Service. And it's not just because it can do this, but it's because we can help every business in the world to build a Copilot like this within just minutes, as we have demonstrated to you here today live on stage. And I'm even more excited to tell you that we already have customers who are using it right now. So for the next part, I'm excited to share with you on how one of our customers, RSM, is already using Copilot for Service to transform their contact center. Let's roll the video.
RSM provides audit, tax, and consulting services for the middle market around the globe. In our managed services, we support over 8,000 customers, 43,000 sites, and over 20,000 applications. Ensuring our customers feel the power of being understood requires the knowledge of their industries and their goals. To achieve this goal, we empowered our agents by bringing ServiceNow and Microsoft Copilot for Service together. We appreciate the impact that generative AI can have on an organization, and Microsoft Copilot for Service brings a huge opportunity for us to deliver new values to our clients. From a client's first interaction with our Level 1 support agent, we need to empower our team to fully understand the nature of the customer's environments. When trouble is encountered, having that knowledgeable and engaged support agent is key to the customer's experience. The Level 1 support agents capture the key information from the customers in a case. To resolve most cases in the past, agents search across multiple sources of knowledge stored in different databases. The agent attempts to use these symptoms provided by the customer with the hopes that the knowledge base contains the key terms. The search process takes time, and the more complex cases can exceed the allotted time for a Level 1 support agent, requiring escalation to specialty teams. By deploying Microsoft Copilot for Service and using the out-of-the-box functionality, we connected our internal ServiceNow knowledge base and embedded the Microsoft Copilot for Service widget directly into our ServiceNow application. A support agent can now converse over knowledge articles using multi-turn conversations, quickly bringing them the information they need to support our customers without changing applications or potentially searching through hundreds of knowledge articles. We wanted to go even further for our service agents. It's important not just to provide answers, but to create actionability as well. For example, to create a server outage report, or allowing the support agent to quickly create a list of potential actions based on all current tickets and resolutions across the entire system. Using Microsoft's Copilot Studio, we can extend Microsoft Copilot for Service to combine data stored in ServiceNow knowledge-based articles, along with the most recent vendor documentation. With the development of these tools, we're empowering our service agents to be compelling and digital. We are excited to see results in 3 main areas. First, reducing the resolution time while understanding the client holistically and in real time. Second, resolving issues on the first touch of a case. And third, reducing our onboarding time for our new support agents. As a firm striving to be compelling, digital, and global, we knew we needed to move quickly. We chose to extend Microsoft Copilot for Service using Microsoft's Copilot Studio, so our client experience will be value add and a first touch resolution. We are excited to realize the impact as we continue to enable our organization across all lines of businesses with Microsoft.
Thank you to our friends in RSM. Now coming up, I'd like to welcome Aishwarya to give you guys a look in our future roadmap.
Thank you, Michael. As we saw in our earlier demos, Microsoft Copilot for Service provides a seamless experience in third-party CRM systems such as ServiceNow. In the future, as part of our roadmap, we will be introducing more Copilot capabilities such as Email Assist, Case Summary, and Email Summary in agents' flow of work via Outlook and Teams. Let's take a look. So Joanna is our cafe owner, and she's looking to extend the warranty for her coffee machines. So she quickly sends an email to Contoso's customer support. She also CCs her store manager, Gina Mayers, to keep her in loop with updates. Now, Ethan is our customer support agent. He receives Joanna's email in Outlook, and immediately Microsoft Copilot for Service jumps in to help Ethan by providing the summary of the email and also quickly drafts the email with all of the necessary steps for extension. Ethan can also review the email and also adjust the tone of the email before sending. Once the email is sent, Copilot again steps in to provide all of the necessary tools to create a case in ServiceNow. Now, with just one click, the case has been created. You can also see that Copilot recognizes that Gina Mayers is not a contact in ServiceNow. Immediately, with just one click, Gina Mayers is added into the CRM system. Soon, Ethan can just move on to the next case, making it so easy just using Microsoft Copilot for Service. Now, after a few days, Joanna sends another email that the steps for extensions worked. But she also has a plan of extending her business and wants to buy 10 additional coffee machines. But there is some unusual noises in one of her coffee machines, and she wants to quickly fix that before she can make the purchase. Now, Ethan is confused, and he doesn't know what might be the cause for this issue. So he quickly checks with Joanna to see if she can get on a call. Now, Copilot, based on this email context, immediately provides an automatic prompt to schedule the meeting. With just one click, the meeting invite is sent to Joanna. Now, later that day, Ethan and Joanna are on a call in Microsoft Teams. Very similar to how in Outlook, Ethan has the context of the case and the Customer 360, everything readily available for him within the Microsoft Teams call. All thanks to Microsoft Copilot for Service. Now, as Ethan continues to understand what the issue is for the unusual noises, he leverages the ServiceNow's integrated knowledge sources in M365 chat to check if other customers have been facing these issues. Copilot, based on all of the customers' previous case histories, provides a summarized solution that this issue requires a device replacement. Soon, Ethan can again leverage the M365 chat to just place the replacement order. Now, with just one click, Joanna has her replacement device on her way. Now here, Ethan also remembered that Joanna had a plan of buying 10 additional coffee machines. So as he asked Joanna about it, meanwhile, again leveraging M365 chat, he checks to see what are the best options for Joanna. Copilot, based on all the knowledge sources, the company promotional offers that are going on, provides the update to Ethan that Joanna can avail a 20% discount on purchase of 10 or more coffee machines. Excited with this offer, Joanna wants to make the purchase right away. Again, Ethan just leverages M365 chat to just tell our Copilot, hey, can you just update the order to add this additional 10 coffee machines? With just few clicks, Joanna has all her coffee machines on the way. Now, with the meeting over, Ethan also has access to the meeting summaries with all the key highlights and the follow-up actions, just saving the precious time for Ethan. In this demo, you saw how agents using Microsoft Copilot for Service in Outlook and Teams can just provide a world-class customer service, again, making our customers like Joanna stay more loyal than ever before. Thank you. Now I'm passing on to Sundar to talk about the pricing options.
Thank you, Aishwarya. Awesome. All those exciting future capabilities, as well as the ones that Michael showed you, will become available to you quickly. There are three major benefits for Microsoft Copilot in service. First, you can bring generative AI, infuse it throughout your contact center experience with the existing contact center infrastructure. Second, you can boost agent productivity in the flow of their natural work. Third, you can customize the solution using Microsoft Copilot Studio. These solutions are available for you at $50 per user per month. They provide you all the capabilities that Agent Assist that Michael showed you. They include Copilot for Microsoft 365, which is the $30 SKU by itself. And they can be easily extended with Microsoft Copilot Studio. You can start previewing it early in December and full availability or general availability in Q1 2024. With that, let's play a video on our field service solution.
Timely resolution is key when it comes to excellent field service. But minutes and hours can slip by in every step of the process, from finding information across fragmented tools for work order management, to dispatching frontline technicians with real-time support. Resolving issues efficiently can get challenging. Introducing Copilot in Dynamics 365 Field Service, helping your frontline deliver exceptional service. With Copilot, your customer escalations are pre-populated into draft work orders for frontline managers to review in Outlook. And with recommendations based on travel time, availability, skill set, and more, your technician scheduling becomes streamlined. Now, as technicians start their day, they see upcoming work orders at a glance in their home experience in Microsoft Teams. Even on the go, everyone stays connected with updates that sync across both Microsoft 365 and Dynamics 365. With access to step-by-step instructions within the Field Service mobile app, technicians can solve problems as they arise. And when additional support is needed to achieve a first-time fix, collaborate in real time with experts using Remote Assist. As service delivery becomes complicated, Dynamics 365 Field Service keeps things simple, saving you time so you can focus on exceeding customer expectations. Experience how Dynamics 365 Field Service can help today.
Hello, everyone. My name is Hector Garcia Tellado, and I run the Field Service Product Management team. Hopefully, you're all excited as we are on all the innovations we're doing with self-service and assisted service. And now I'm incredibly excited to talk about all the innovations that we're announcing today on the frontline space led by Dynamics 365 Field Service. So let's take a look. Before I get into all the innovations, I really wanted to ground you guys on a couple of key trends that are driving transformation on the frontline space through artificial intelligence. Over the last few months, we ran a work track index of Microsoft, and we've had two key takeaways. The first one is a big majority of frontline workers struggle with repetitive and menial tasks, and they would really like to get some extra time to be able to do something different, such as, for example, get more time to talk to the customer. Imagine when you're doing a manual QA process or an inspection, and you're just rushed, completing all the manual steps. You don't really have any time to check if there's something else on the customer side. And field service technicians are truly the brand ambassadors, so they can't afford to just be on the go, on the rush. The second key problem that Frontlines is facing is information search. 80% of our frontline workers believe that AI can help them find the right information at the right time. And what you're doing in service on the job, finding the right article or actually who to call is extremely important. So hopefully today you'll see how Dynamics Field Service is helping with our roadmap and our key innovations today unblock all these challenges and opportunities. I want to start with one fun fact. After only a few months in preview, Copilot in Field Service is one of the fastest adopted features in the history of the product. Who said that frontline managers and technicians don't adopt technology fast? Some examples include customers like J&J Pepsi, one of the largest bottlers in the US, or Jules, a leading provider in energy infrastructure in the Netherlands, or top system integrators like Avanade, Hitachi, or HSO, who are already working with the customers to be able to take this to production. I've also brought up some direct quotes from what our customers are saying. Things like game changer, reduce admin burden, quick response time, stay in the flow of work, faster way of working. We're super happy to see how the features that were already live on public preview are helping with the challenges and opportunities that GenAI is bringing to us, in addition to like all the hype. It's actually real and it's working. With that, today I'm excited to announce that we're making Copilot in Field Service generally available starting in early December. And with our general availability, there are two key things that we believe are going to help tremendously in the adoption. Number one, we're going to be available in many more regions. So not only in a couple of regions, the United States and UK, et cetera, but we're expanding it worldwide. Second, and super important for frontline technicians and managers, you're going to be able to use Copilot in your own language. Not only English, we're expanding Dutch, French, German, Norwegian, Portuguese, Spanish, you name it. It's so important as we think about empowering more than 2 billion workers out there who, of course, don't communicate only in English. So we're really excited to see how taking this to GA is really going to extend the adoption and the usage of Copilot in Field Service. In addition to bringing Copilot to GA, we also have a sheer amount of innovations to disclose today and to talk about. They're basically divided into 3 buckets. First, how are we helping optimize frontline manager workflows? Second, how are we helping boost frontline productivity? And third, what are we doing in order to improve the efficiency with more integrated offerings and lower total cost of ownership? Let's start with our innovations on the frontline manager side. Today, we're announcing that our Copilot and Field Service experience inside of Outlooks and Teams is coming to general availability for managers. Back in August, we introduced the preview of this integration where, for example, you could receive an email, and with Copilot in Field Service, you will instantly be able to turn it into a work order, find the right technician, and then be able to schedule it in your flow of work. Today, we're bringing this to GA and also the same experiences on Teams. But we're also taking this to the next level, announcing the Dynamics Field Service plugin for Microsoft Copilot, where customers can use natural language in order to ask any sort of question related to field service. And we're also taking our new work order user experience for field service to GA, where we've seen in the preview that is more than 30% reduction in time and clicks in some of the most typical jobs to be done for a manager. Let's take a look at them in a little bit more detail. So first, the ability to create and schedule work orders in Teams. We are so excited. This has been such a request for people that they want to just really use field service in their system of engagement where they are versus having to go to a different console. A lot of times our managers spend a bunch of time on Teams and they would like to do some quick tasks. So for example, in this case, a manager will be able to search for a work order, click on the details, use a scheduling assistant Copilot to be able to find the right person, book the work order, boom, done. You don't even need to go to Dynamics, you don't need to do anything. And of course, the good news about the general availability is that all these fields will be able to be customized, which of course is a key requirement for large-scale adoption, of course. Yay, customization. Who doesn't love a good customization? But we're also taking a big step forward on M365 integration, introducing the D365 Field Service Copilot for Microsoft Copilot. So what it means is like you'll be able to use natural language to ask questions about your work orders. For example, tell me what is the list of the most urgent work orders? What is Mike supposed to be doing right now? What is the next destination? Do I need any different parts for this work order? So you can simply chat with Microsoft Chat, and boom, all of a sudden, it will get you the right information. And last but definitely not least, on the manager side, we're simplifying the work order management experience. Again, we've seen on the previews about 30% plus reduction in the number of clicks for the top jobs to be done. Operational efficiency and speed is definitely super important in the context of service operations and field service. So we're super excited to bring this to GA. And of course, the Copilot recap will be able to give you a quick summary of what you need to take into account for your work order. Now let's talk about technician productivity and the innovations that we're bringing today about that. Today we're bringing Copilot not only for the manager experience, but also for field service mobile on preview, taking a next step in revolutionizing the way technicians are going to deal with technology as they do day-to-day jobs. And we're also, in addition, bringing the technician work order management experience to Microsoft Teams Mobile in GA. Let's take a look at those. So Copilot for field service mobile, which by the way is definitely one of my favorite features, and you'll see why, has a couple of key things that are happening starting today. The first thing is you'll be able to summarize your work before you get to do your work order. You know, a lot of our technicians work with like hundreds of fields in the work order form, if not dozens of them. So it's very hard for them to really get a grok in what is it they're supposed to do, and their appointment times are very short. So with Copilot, you can just go to the new Field Service Mobile UI, click on Copilot, summarize, boom. You get the information on exactly you need to do. For example, is the customer upset? Am I missing any part? Is there any gotchas on this? Copilot will be there to help you. But we're also taking it one step forward, and we're mixing natural language with voice for Copilot to be able to generate intent. So what it means is now technicians will be able to speak to the mobile phone, let Copilot understand what they're saying, and infer the intention of what they just did. Let's take a look at how that works. You go to your mobile app, you click on the update, and you say, I just arrived at 10 a.m., I just did all these things, it's working properly. And Copilot understands the service tasks and the things that you just do. So you can imagine the possibilities. Because if you've met any technician out there, you know their typing is not their thing. I mean, so with this, we're revolutionizing the way they're going to interact with mobile applications, and we're super excited for all of you to be trying it out. And last thing on technicians is the ability to access all the work order information very quickly in your Teams mobile system of engagement. So here you'll see a usual landing page for a technician that has field service in Teams Mobile. So you can see the upcoming work order, you can see the list of work orders signed, you can see a native card to be able to call remote assist. And then, as a technician, I can just quickly get on my details, do a quick pass, and then I'm good to go. A lot of our customers have requested us, hey, my technicians don't need the full-blown field service mobile application. Sometimes my technicians want to go, between Teams Mobile is more lightweight, it's more on the go. A lot of times it's for like lightweight users, contractors, vendors, etc. So we're just giving more different canvases for you to bring frontline capabilities, no matter where they are. The third bucket of innovation that I wanted to talk about is all the efforts we're doing to improve efficiency with integrated offerings. And I'm really, 3 times really excited to announce that starting early December, all the mixed reality apps will be added to field service SKU at no additional cost. So basically, that's right. For field service users, both existing and new, they'll be able to get mixed reality apps. And we're super excited because this is a great step forward in Microsoft investing in all companies getting more sophisticated workloads. And of course, you saw the amazing demo we had this morning, the video on Copilot for Guides. And Guides is now included in field service. And we can't really wait to see all the amazing stuff that they'll do together. The second thing I'm announcing today is the Field Service Contractor SKU, a lower price SKU for those of you using third-party and vendors who need more flexibility in order to be able to onboard and offboard third-party. This is very common, of course, in things like facilities management, utilities, etc. So very excited about that. And last but certainly not least, we're announcing a native integration between our finance and supply chain modules and field service to cut dozens of hours of implementation times. Let's take a quick look at all of them. So with Remote Assist and Guides at no additional cost, customers will be able to enable real-time collaboration with remote experts, everything completely included, and also step-by-step instructions for key tasks. But we're not only bringing the licensing together, we're also bringing the products together. So as you saw on the Teams landing experience, there will be a remote assist card really close to your work order card, so you're able to just very quickly tap on your phone and call whoever is available to support. And also, as part of a service task, you'll be able to have embedded guides with instructions to be able to just quickly get on the go. Again, admins and BDMs will be able to see everything on the landing page and get started super fast, and we really can't wait to see how everybody takes mixed reality at scale. With the new vendor contractor SKU, that is $50 per user per month in the US, which is almost half the price of the full field service license. Customers and organizations using third-party contractors and vendors will be able to more easily be able to offboard and onboard those type of organizations. Not only we're bringing the SKU, but we're also bringing a new vendor onboarding experience so that we have also a massive reduction of clicks, so you can very quickly onboard and offboard Contoso without having to deal with AAD and all those complicated steps. So again, really, really an important bet from Microsoft's standpoint to make sure we cater every type of different frontline worker. And finally, with our native integration between financial and inventory data across Dynamics 365, we are bringing ERP systems and CRM natively integrated. And this is something that has been definitely a top ask over the last few years. How do I sync my inventory, my financial data, my project, my work order? So what we're doing now is we're doing all the heavy lifting for you, so you can configure and customize and take it from there, but the effort will be much shorter. So you can just simply click on the F&O integration, and then your quantities you update in field service will be able to flow into F&O in just a matter of clicks. That's right. Well, we've seen a lot of innovation and excitement today and over the last few months and years on the service space of Microsoft. And we've talked to you a lot about customer momentum, but I think it's also important to recognize that we're also getting a lot of external and analyst validation. So today I'm happy to announce that Microsoft has been named a leader in service lifecycle management platforms, ranking #1 on product strategy and very, very close to be the top on the other one as well. And of course, we're not going to stop, and we'll be very, very on the far on both axes. We're really excited about this recognition, and we're also honored and thankful to IDC for their rigorous process and for categorizing as the #1 strategy vendor. This is not the last thing. In about 30 minutes or so, for those of you who have questions, a bunch of us will be on stage with the one and only John Doyle, who runs marketing in the service organization. We'll be doing a very nice Q&A where you'll be able to ask any questions about Copilot, service, trends, anything we're seeing, and we're looking forward to see you all there. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for you guys that don't come from Seattle to make it here. We're very happy to have you in the Pacific Northwest. Thank you so much for everybody that's listening online, and have a great rest of Ignite. Take care.